What's up, everybody? It's time for Podcast in a Peartree. I'm Danielle.
I'm Aaron Lee.
And I'm Samantha.
So in today's episode, everyone, we are going to talk about an excursion we took this past weekend to the lovely Christmas market in Los Angeles, because that's where we all currently live.
And
it was very Christmassy. And we're going to also then dive into all the films that we got to see this past weekend. Let's just dive a little bit into our excursion trip. We took it this past weekend. We went to the LA Christmas market. Does anyone want to chime in?
Yeah, no, it was really fun. It was really Christmassy. I know Samantha was worried that this might be Christmas Fire Festival. It was not.
Yes, it was.
We showed up. There were things there to do, and we had a good time. It was at Road DTLA, which is the old American Apparel factory. They've really redone that to make it into a nice mall. And they took over 2 of their parking lots and just built all these stalls where we had foods from around the world that we could try, and just a bunch of shops with a whole bunch of cute little things that we could purchase. I bought some Christmas gifts. We met colleagues from work, so that was really fun. We had a good little group, and it was a really good time. What did you think, Samantha?
You know what? I had a great time because it was European inspired. I was pleasantly surprised. I liked all the food vendors. I got my mulled wine. There were some...
You did? You got mulled wine.
Yeah, I love that. They had hot chocolate. They had European sipping chocolate. They had grown-up hot chocolate with Baileys.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good time. We got to eat and drink and be merry. They also had a screening of a film. They were showing White Christmas while we were there. But I think every weekend night, they have 2 film screenings. So you can sit and watch a film if you'd like. You can kind of mill around, shop, eat, drink. I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of activities for kids, too. You could do like ornament decorating. They had Santa games. You could go visit Santa there. It was really a good time.
Yeah, it was a festive day out. At a standard European Christmas market, you wouldn't have to pay for a ticket. But I guess because LA, this might get overcrowded. I get it. They wanted to do the ticketing.
I think also there's a cost of setting it up, too, because they did a decent job with a lot of lights and that kind of thing. So it wasn't astronomical. It was like $30 a person.
Right. And they had a lot of photo ops. They had a lot of different decorations, different trees lit up. It was pretty. I mean, if you want something festive to do with your friends and family, it's something really fun to do in LA.
And Samantha, you actually had some interesting food. Didn't you have like some Finnish fish of some sort?
Yeah. Smoked salmon, which they were actually smoking over a fire. Same with the German sausages. They were grilling them outside where you could see it. There were a lot of really fun aspects to it that made it feel more authentic than just regular food vendors. They tried.
Yeah, and I had pasta and a cheese wheel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I had the German spiral potato, which was really fun.
Delicious.
Yeah, we took full advantage of the LA Christmas market, and we had a great time. I hope they bring it back next year. And if you're in the LA area, check it out. I believe there are still tickets available. So if you have some last minute Christmas shopping, or if you want to go just have a Christmassy evening, it's a lot of fun. Should we dive into our movies now?
Sure. And I think we're going to take it by network. Just to kind of keep things a little organized, right?
Let's
oh my gosh,
it.
Be the first time we're ever organized.
Which one do we want to take first? Do you want to start with Hallmark? Should we go Sugarplummed maybe? Let's do Sugarplummed.
Sugarplummed, yes. Here we come. I was excited about this one. The trailers and the ads for it really sparked my interest. And I think I said to you, Danielle, or was it you, Samantha? I think this might give Confessions of a Christmas Letter a run for its money.
Yes, you did.
I think it gave Confessions of a Christmas Letter a run for its money, but I think Confessions of a Christmas Letter is still winning.
Yes.
This is a pretty close second right now for me. The story here is about Emily, a hardworking lawyer mom, and she wants to give her family this perfect holiday based on her dead mother's holiday checklist, which is like her checklist to have a perfect holiday. But her architect husband, her singer-songwriter daughter, her like TikTok dance son don't really want to pitch in. So she wishes on a star, which is actually a Christmas tree topper. She wishes on this star that she can have a Christmas just like her favorite movie, which is the Sugarplum series, this series of like Hallmark-esque movies starring this character named Sugarplum. And when she wishes on this star, everything in the office starts shaking and the electricity gets weird. And then Sugarplum is there to fix everything. And it's a really cute fish out of water story, kind of done in reverse. Usually we would see the character Emily go into the Christmas movie and she's the fish out of water. This time it was a really unique way to have the character come out of the movie and try and exist in the real world. And I thought that was a lot of fun.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, Danielle. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. Yes. I thought it was cute.
I thought it was cute.
We all liked it. So
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was cute. There were some funny parts. It reminded me a lot of that film that Hulu made a few years back, a Christmas movie, Christmas.
Movie Christmas, except in reverse.
Right.
In that one, the characters went into the Christmas movie. In this one, the Christmas movie came out into the real world, which was really fun.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun watch. I laughed. I don't know. I don't have anything really bad or like a critique of it. I thought it was good for anybody to watch.
I agree. I don't really have anything negative. I loved the beginning. I thought the beginning was such a grabber because they did like a sizzle reel of the Sugarplum series.
Yes.
They really drew me right into understanding what the Sugarplum series was so that I was not confused in any way, shape, or form who this character that was coming out of the TV movie was. I thought they did a really good job of establishing that quickly, easily, and in an entertaining way so that I had no problem buying that she was in the real world.
So much so that if you weren't paying close attention, you would have been like, wait, is this part of the movie? Oh, yes, this is part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they did such a good job at the advertisements. It looked like a real Hallmark, trailer.
They were really poking fun at themselves with this one. And I absolutely love when people and networks can be self-deprecating and can acknowledge, what they are and acknowledge this is what we're trying to do. And we're not trying to be more than we are.
Yeah, and don't take it so seriously. It's fun every once in a while.
Just have fun. That's why we're here.
I recommend it. I thought it was fun.
It's a cute watch. Although I'm chuckling a little bit because unlike Confessions of a Christmas Letter, where there was like so many moments we were eager to talk about, I feel like here where it's like it was overall nice, but I wouldn't say that there's these flashing memorable moments in this film.
True. I'll give you that. What I did like, and I wish they'd taken it a little further, is the Hallmark star cameos. Because they had Fiona Gubbelman, who was in the An Irish Christmas. And she had a small role. Victor Webster, who was in the 5-Star Christmas, had a small role. Carlo Marx, who was Sir Bakes-a-Bunch in A Scouting Christmas earlier this year, he had a little role. I think they should have gotten more Hallmark stars to be in it. I think that would have just kind of been more of that cherry on the cake of the self-deprecation if we put all of our stars doing cameos in this. I think that would have been fun Easter eggs being like, oh, he was in. Oh, she was in.
Good point.
I mean, it was good, but it wasn't as like zany, crazy shenanigans like the other film.
Absolutely. And that's why Confessions of a Christmas Letter is still winning.
Yes.
We're sitting here having a hard time picking out the crazy moments to point out. And we didn't have that trouble with Confessions.
Yeah, it was just like moment.
I loved this. I loved this.
It was so natural. I didn't even need to refer to any recollections. It was just flowing out.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a tough cookie with that. I'm just like,
Okay, but if you're a tough cookie with it, what did you think? Would you go back and watch this again next year?
Honestly, probably not. I wouldn't go out of my way. If it was on, cute, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to watch it. No.
Okay, I would. I had a really good time with it, so I would totally watch this again and seek it out. But I do think that Confessions was better. What about you, Samantha? Would you seek it out or just if it's on?
If it's on, I think it's a one and done. But if it's on in the background while I'm doing something else, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
Very cool. And then another film that was on Hallmark this week was Leah's Perfect Christmas, or am I wrong? Is that the title?
Leah's Perfect Gift.
Gift. Got it. Leah's Perfect Gift, which was an interesting concept for a film because the main character, Leah, is Jewish, but then she goes to her boyfriend's house to celebrate Christmas. And so you can imagine how that is.
Yeah, and she's always been curious about Christmas. A key point here, she loves her her family. She loves her Jewish traditions and her Jewish heritage, and she loves Hanukkah so much, but she's always wondered what it was like to have a traditional Christmas. And so when her boyfriend Graham invites her home to Connecticut for a traditional Christmas, she's very excited, not because she wants to give up Hanukkah. She loves her Hanukkah, but because she wants to know what she's been missing. It turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be. Graham's mom is a bit of a perfectionist, but she can't really cook, so there's no food in the house. But she's very scheduled, so you can't eat until it's time to eat, and there's no snacks, so she's hungry the whole time, which I thought was really cute. And she keeps running to the bathroom to eat snacks, which I was very entertained by.
Yeah, she even escapes at one point to go to whatever store happens to be open to buy snacks. I totally relate to this. I'm like, I need snacks in a home. If I was trapped in a home and there were no snacks, I would cry. Sorry.
I kind of view this as like a reverse My Big Fat Greek Wedding. In My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Ian came into the Greek family and all the zany Greekness of the movie, and he's just inundated with it. This was like the scenes with Tula going to Ian's family, and they just sit there in front of this gray wall that I have behind me.
That's exactly,
the country club. You know, that's what it was, and it was really fun.
And did you watch it, Samantha, or no?
No, I didn't get to watch this one. So do you recommend I watch it?
I do. Especially since you were excited about it. You were the one that brought this up in our preview episode all those months ago.
I just missed it this weekend. I didn't realize it was this weekend. So I can still catch it.
There's so much to watch.
There's always so much.
We had to go to a Christmas market, people.
That's what I mean. That's usually my peak movie watching time.
All right. Now, I know you guys are so excited to talk about this next one.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, come on. We can do this. We're going to move over to Great American Christmas, and we're going to talk about Once Upon a Christmas Wish, starring Mario Lopez and his real-life wife, Courtney Lopez. Take it away. Somebody. I don't know.
I don't want to. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to give it a try. So Mario Lopez is the mayor of this small town that is not doing so well.
Oh, gosh.
And his grade school crush comes back to visit her grandma and her grandma's inn. And I think there's some guy who wants to build a spa. And so he's trying to take over the town to build his spa. But the mayor and the grandma don't want to give in. So they're holding out. And then there's strange dance breaks and a musical number in the middle that I wasn't quite sure about.
Oh my goodness.
Like, what's going on? It was confusing.
Well, Mario Lopez's mom, she passed away and she liked Fred Astaire, and that's something they enjoyed together. Was that part of it? I still don't know why there needed to be dance numbers.
You've done a lot more research on Mario Lopez than I have.
Well, imagine AC Slater as the mayor of your town. Like, this is what I love about Mario Lopez, though, I'll say, is that he's just basically playing himself in everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's just, he has that, that little hoppity walk that he does. He's just
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. It is really hard for me to imagine him being the mayor of this town. It was just kind of strange.
Could they have drilled it into our brains more that he was the mayor?
Oh my goodness.
The scene is him walking down the street and everybody's like, "Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, Mr. Mayor." I wish they'd made it a full-on musical. Turned that into musical numbers so that at least I could have said, oh, it's a Christmas musical, instead of one random musical number in the middle and then a bunch of dance breaks.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I was the only one confused by this. Thank you.
Well, no, it was confusing, but then I also thought, okay, is GAC the place where all these actors are going to go now because they want to dance? Isn't that why Danica went there? Is this why Mario
I read that
in
an article.
Because what was he doing? And then he also had a dance number.
A couple
with his
years
wife
ago,
at
he
the
had
end.
a dance movie, and his wife was in it on Lifetime. We didn't like it, but he did it.
Right.
So he was getting dance movies.
I don't know what this was for. I don't know what all of this is about. I like Mario Lopez. I just like him. Like, I think whatever he does, I'll have a hard time not liking it. He's just himself. because have you ever seen Mario Lopez play a character that's not Mario Lopez or AC Slater? Do you know what I
No,
mean? Has he played
absolutely not.
any character that's like, interesting or unlike himself in any way? Not really.
Not really. Not that I've seen.
It's okay. I enjoy it, but it's
But
like
yeah.
we never get any depth from Mario Lopez. He can be the mayor. He can also be a dad. He can be anything he wants, but it's really funny because he
But
just
he's
plays it the
always
same.
Mario Lopez as the mayor, Mario
Right.
Lopez as the dad,
Right.
Mario Lopez as the real estate mogul.
So, what did you think of his wife and their chemistry? What did you think about that?
He was there. He was there.
That she was there. She existed. She
Yeah.
has a beautiful singing voice. She
She
too
does.
can
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
But did you think that she needed to be his leading lady? I don't know if she's that great of an actress. She's okay.
She's okay. I mean, I don't think it detracted from the movie.
No.
It just didn't add too much more to it.
Right, right.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to bring up that whole childhood crush scenario.
Mhm.
And then she moved away. It kind of reminds me of the Love Actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like the little boy and
Yeah.
he was in love
Yeah.
with the girl who sings All I Want for Christmas? Sorry. I kind of got those vibes when that was happening. And then there's the whole mystical
I
Santa bit.
Yeah.
Trying to help make his wishes on his childhood list come true. I was like, what is this?
I'm okay with a mystical Santa. They just didn't do a good job with it.
No,
you
you didn't
know?
buy into Kris Kringle moving to the town?
No, I did not. I liked the mystical Santa in Holiday Touchdown better.
Yeah, it's a little more
Same.
subtle.
He was
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, this was like in your face. There's just so much happening in this movie. I'm glad that you guys were confused because I had to watch a couple things again because I thought, did I miss something here? But no, it was just
Yeah, I'm
confusing.
glad too that you're confirming because I had to watch it in like two parts. I watched half of it at night and then half of it the next morning. So I was like, did I miss something
totally.
by dividing
Same.
this up?
Yes, no, same. I was like, I watched it the way through and I was like, did I miss something? Did I fast forward? What is this?
I will say this though. Mario Lopez is trying to fix Gak because I thought the color correction was better.
It was
Like
better.
the colors were brighter and more appealing to me. And it looked like the cast was having fun. They had a good time making this movie. And I think that's one of the problems with Gak. These actors don't look like they're having fun making these movies.
Yeah, but
They're
Erin
like-
Lee, was it the color correction or was it Mario Lopez's dimples? Which was it?
Well, probably for
funny.
you, the dimples, and for me, the color correction. I got my own dimples.
I agree, though. It was good for Gak, even though it was a confusing storyline. In other ways, it was better for Gak.
Right.
There was another
Technically, I
class-
think it was better for Gak.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know.
as a whole.
Production-wise.
Still going back to the Christmas Less Traveled is my favorite from Gak for this year.
I agree.
Should we venture over to Lifetime now?
Sure. So overall assessment of that film for me, confusifying. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that word. Confusifying.
Confusifying. So they had Lifetime. Did you either of you watch any of the two Lifetime films that happened?
Okay, so for Lifetime, I finished last week's A Make or Bake Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And then I tried to watch the one with Terry Hatcher, How to Fall in Love by Christmas. I did fall asleep. In fairness to Terry Hatcher, I was extremely tired, so I can't blame the movie for me falling asleep. I think it was just I was in a dark room and my eyes closed. That being said, what I did catch of it, I have seen that movie several times before.
Yeah.
You
Samantha, have you seen it? No.
No.
It was your typical company gives some sort of love guarantee. Reporter goes undercover to try and determine if this actually works. And the reporter ends up falling in love and has to say, yes, it works.
Yeah, except Terry Hatcher is the CEO of this magazine company. And she's trying, I guess, a dating app. And she has to report on her dates, like Erin Lee said. And so she's trying to play boss lady. But I think, Erin Lee, you're correct. It is something we have seen before. But
And we've seen it done better before.
valiant effort.
Terry Hatcher bored you to death.
Aww.
Oh, come on. No, I didn't say
I
that.
know, I'm just joking. It wasn't Terry Hatcher. It just was
It was
the. It
not
just was
Terry
the
Hatcher's
story.
fault.
It was the plot.
And then I watched A Very Merry Beauty Salon with Tia Mowry. It was fine. I would say the general concept is that she owns a beauty salon and then she falls in love with someone. But I would say there wasn't too much of a crazy, what do you call it when there's like conflict? There was not a huge conflict. So thanks. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Lifetime.
Thanks.
We appreciate you, Lifetime.
All right, we'll continue.
Catch you next week, Lifetime.
Exactly. And so I think we wanted to also touch on a film that is not on any of the networks we usually watch, which is Hulu, which was the Ben Stiller film, Nutcrackers. And I think, Aaron Lee, this is the one you didn't watch.
I haven't seen it. So yeah, you guys got to tell me about this and tell me if I should go watch it.
I feel like it's worth a watch.
It's not a Christmas film.
I don't think it's Christmassy enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will not make it into the classics like A Family Stone or The Holiday.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
I was hopeful that it would maybe get into, I don't know, the vicinity of that sort of category and caliber of film, but it just won't. It doesn't. Okay, so let's talk about the plot line.
What it's about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben Stiller, he's kind of too business for Christmas, right?
Mhm.
And he lives in Chicago in the big city in his big apartment. And his sister and brother-in-law pass away. And so he's next of kin. And basically he's responsible for their 4 children. And they live back in Ohio on this farm. So Ben Stiller basically has to go and figure out what's going to happen with these kids. Who's going to look after them? Are they going to foster parents? Someone going to adopt them? That sort of thing. And where they're living is kind of in shambles. He comes home and it's just kind of a disaster. And it goes from there.
I mean, the 4 kids who apparently are siblings in real life, they appear wild and obnoxious, but they did lose their parents. And I feel like it did take a while for the film to kind of get to moving forward.
Yeah.
Like they spent so much time with the kids being so obnoxious. And then it's only halfway through when you realize they actually understand responsibility of the farm because they live on a farm. Mm-hmm. And Ben Stiller's a city boy. So he's like, I can't stay here and help these kids. So he's trying to get them to go to a foster home. And so it's this kind of like push of, well, these are my sister's kids, but like, they don't want to go to the city. And so he just feels like he can't take care of them. But this kind of bonding scenario that happens throughout the movie. What's interesting, though, is that the movie is called Nutcrackers. Do you want to talk about, Samantha, like why the film is called Nutcrackers?
Did they used to like put on like the Nutcracker or like different like dance performances for their parents? And she was also a dancer. And so then they decided, I can't remember like exactly how they decided to put on the Nutcracker.
Well, because the kids came up with a new version of Nutcracker because they felt like the original Nutcracker story was so unreasonable and boring. So they created a new version of it. And they decide in order to save the dance studio, to put together a fundraising performance. Right. Of this new version of Nutcrackers in honor of their mom, who the town knew. And so people like bought tickets. It's a whole thing, but spoiler alert, the parents actually pass away from a car accident. And so what they end up doing is instead of performing it in the theater, they perform it on the street where their parents passed away.
Oh,
yeah, because they have like a little vigil, like where people do that sometimes.
It's not what you're expecting at all.
I'm like,
it's like,
okay, I'm not going to tell you why I thought it was called Nutcrackers because it's much bawdier than
well, and it's not like it has funny moments, but it's not what you're expecting.
No,
it does have endearing moments. It does have emotional moments, but when you told me Ben Stiller is in a Christmas movie called Nutcrackers, I have something in my mind that I think it's going to be like.
Right.
And it was not that.
It was
not. No.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Like, turn around, go in the opposite direction, and that's closer to what it was.
Yeah, and Ben Stiller isn't an unlikable character or anything. It's just, I don't know. I had preconceived notions, but I also wasn't pleasantly surprised either. So So I haven't read any reviews of it. Have you? Any of you?
No.
Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes, nothing. I haven't
No.
looked. I think we should look. Erin Lee, look.
It's not an intentionally funny movie. It's not meant to be entirely dramatic. It's more so probably just trying to portray something that is a potentially realistic scenario and how this could be in this family that's hurting and how to handle that and the difficult choices. And then of course, in the end, unsurprisingly, like, he doesn't want to give them to a foster family or separate them as siblings because it's hard to take 4 kids into a one foster family, which is true. But he's trying to get them to the foster family because he wants to get back to the city and back to his job.
Because he was in like commercial real estate and he's constantly trying to work this entire time without Wi-Fi, by the way.
And there's no Wi-Fi. There's no cell phone service or Wi-Fi because they're on a farm. They're on a farm.
I just do not understand that. He's like tapping away at a laptop and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You don't have Wi-Fi. What are you actually doing? Just spreadsheets?
Yeah.
How are you going to send those?
Rotten Tomatoes gives it 43% on the tomato meter and 53% on the popcorn meter. So
that's what I'm thinking.
They're not screaming to go watch Nutcrackers either.
I feel like Ben Stiller is going to be disappointed in what people think of it.
Well, I mean, maybe he needed money. I've been reading that a lot lately. You know,
I don't know that
take
he
some roles
needed
for
money. He's got a pretty good directing thing going with
Severance.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
At any rate, let's take just a minute or two and talk about what we're excited about for this coming weekend, because there are some big titles coming up. Lifetime's The Holiday Junkie, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. They've been pushing this one a long time. We knew about this before their lineup came out, and they've been very excited about it. And it looks like it's going to be very cute and very heartwarming. Anybody else excited about it?
Agreed.
I'm all about all the Party of 5 stars coming to these films. We've had Scott Wolf. Obviously, we have Queen of Christmas, Lacey Chabert. Is Neve Campbell going to come back? I don't know, but I'm excited for the Party of 5.
Yeah, and she stars with her real life husband.
Excellent.
His name is, hold on, I've got to move.
Oh, that's so great. I'm just grateful she found time to do it because she's also on that TV show 911. I don't know if you're familiar with it. And so the fact that she's like full time on another TV show and is still doing Christmas films. Wow. Amazing.
Brian Hollisay, Hallisay. Brian Hollisay, married to Jennifer Love Hewitt, starring in The Holiday Junkie. Samantha, you were also very excited about Hanukkah on the Rocks coming up. I was talking to my mother about this the other day. She's like, oh, Hanukkah on the Rocks. And I'm like, yes, mother, that's not troubled Hanukkah. That's cocktail Hanukkah. And she's like, ooh.
Yeah, that's what we like.
We like cocktail Hanukkah.
Yeah, so I'll be checking that out.
And I'll have to say, the previews for the Santa Claus have been looking really fun. The giant bobble obstacle course thing that I'm seeing snippets of
is it
are
giving
very
Santa
exciting.
Boot Camp?
It is giving Santa Boot Camp a little bit, but I think it's a good answer to Santa Boot Camp. And I think Hallmark was smart in waiting a couple of years from Santa Boot Camp. So it's kind of in the back of people's minds before they were bringing this out. Okay. So I think it's well timed on Hallmark's part. There's one more that I want to bring up, another Lifetime movie, just because this is so ridiculous. It's called Christmas on the Alpaca Farm. Really?
Oh, yes. We've been looking forward to this.
Christmas on the Alpaca Farm.
It's such an original title.
Ay. Great American Christmas is doing their Hallmark copycat Christmas in Scotland. Let's see if it's any different than Merry Scottish Christmas.
Well, I mean, it's going to be, well,
not as good.
You know what? I'll save that for the pod. I'll save it.
You save it for the pod.
I'll save it.
Come fresh. There's one more thing. You guys didn't mention it. You've been talking about it and we haven't fully addressed it, but there's another exciting thing you all are looking forward to watching. The finale of Finding Mr. Christmas.
Oh my gosh, we need to talk about that next week. Top of the show next week, we are talking about Finding Mr. Christmas. We do not have time to talk about it right now, but it is finishing, I believe, tomorrow night, and I will be watching, and we will find out who is going to be starring in this movie with Jessica Lowndes.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Howl like a dog howls.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this actor will have to act with a bunch of dogs because there have been a lot of different challenges.
Been a lot of dogs on the show.
Yes, so I think
they all have dog experience.
Yes, and this will be fun. So yeah, let's chat about it next week.
At any rate, folks, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Rate and follow. Please rate and follow.
And find us where you find your podcasts.
Bye.